Alexis tells Felicia to investigate Portia. Portia and Curtis debate whether they should parent the child together, and Kai points out to Trina that her mom has no alibi. Rocco's hearing took a shocking turn as he was hauled off in custody, and Trina threatened Jordan. In Portia's office, she talks to her sonogram and assures the baby all will be well. She hides it when Curtis shows up. She says everything is on track with the baby, but she wants to be safe before they say anything to anyone. He explains. Stella already figured out she's pregnant. His aunt is concerned about them getting a divorce. Portia wonders if he's about to suggest they stay together for the baby's kiss. She saw him kissing Jordan the other day. Curtis says they may not work as a couple, but they work as parents. She doesn't doubt he's a good father. Get updates on the latest posts and more from soapspoilers.com straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. He spots the sonogram and she reluctantly lets him see it. He says it's perfect and she lets him keep it. He's moved. Britt grabs Emma to confront her about what's happened to Rocco. Emma sends Gio away and Britt confronts her for stealing the key fob. Emma wanted to prove he was testing on animals, but she was wrong. Britt says Rocco is suffering the consequences because of her thinking it over. She decides that Rocco has been playing her all along to get to the keys. Emma says she's got him all wrong. Rocco is honest and he liked Britt for real. He's not a user and wants to get to know her. She's encouraged him, but she's not sure that Britt has changed from the woman who barbecued her doll. Britt tells her to come after her personally the next time rather than use a child to do it. Emma apologizes, but Britt says you have to live with some mistakes. Dante informs BLQ that Rocco was hauled off to juvie. They talk about how terrifying this is and wonder how it happened. Gio pops up and announces he's the reason Rocco broke into the lab. He explains that he was part of a group with Emma and the others, and they planned to break into the lab. Dante is furious. He thought Gio would have learned about Rocco almost died 6 months ago. Now Rocco is in a cell where Gio should have been. He reminds him of how much Rocco cares about him and accuses him of using that as Dante lays into him. Emma pops up and insists this is all her fault. Dante thinks Gio potentially ruined Rocco's life just to impress a girl and orders him out of his sight. Kai rushes over to the gallery and Trina tells him she's going to confess to her parents that she was at Drew's the night he was shot. She thinks Drew caused the strain between her parents. If she tells them that the blackmail material is gone, they will get back together and Jordan will be left in the cold. He suggests there might be more to them getting a divorce. He reminds her that both of her parents wanted Drew dead and her mom doesn't have an alibi. She has to sit down and think about that. It's almost impossible of her to imagine this is true. He asks if she really wants to know if it's true. Laura tells Liz that Rocco's hearing went horribly wrong. Nathan shows up and explains that he dropped Rocco off at juvie and made sure he has a private room and the authorities know who his family is. She's sure that her grandson did not do the damage to the lab. Dalton comes in to gloat about how she will lose the election and not be able to help her grandson. Everyone in the room records them as Dalton declares he's the victim, and Laura accuses him of being a liar. He rails to the people about her corruption and accuses her of misusing her power. She slaps him, accuses him of framing her grandson, and screams this will not end well for him. Lulu runs into Bobby's and tells Carly that Rocco could go to prison. He is being charged with felonies. Carly tells her to do whatever she can to save him. Lulu says that Danny and Charlotte could prove Rocco isn't guilty of the damage charges. She knows they could save Rocco, but she won't ask them to come forward until she knows they will be protected. She can't let what happened to Michael happen again. In the courtroom, Rick tells Sonny that he and Turner cut a deal to give Rocco community service. Sonny asks the ADA why she double-crossed his grandson. He thought she was better than this. She explains she was given evidence she couldn't ignore. They won't oppose bail. Rick doesn't trust her not to pull another stunt. He storms off and Sonny insists that Dalton is setting up Rocco, and she's fallen for it. Sonny and the Ada argue about Rocco. She says kids lie all the time and their parents are clueless. He says that Rocco is honest. She says Dalton gave her photographic proof. Sonny is sure that could have been faked to frame his grandson. Justine isn't happy. She had to do this, but she had to do her job. They argue about things not being black and white and how the legal system often fails. She gives her word that Dalton's evidence will be investigated. He asks her to go easy on Rocco. She says she will do her job. She'll have to pursue this as long as Dalton pushes it. Sonny asks if she is out for justice or her career. At Alexis's office, she and Felicia discuss why Portia might have shot Drew. They know there is a conflict, but not what it is. The police never even interviewed her. Alexis is looking for more suspects to create reasonable doubt. Rick interrupts and Felicia takes off. He explains he's representing Rocco is making peace with his brother and suggests they make peace as well. He asks her to convince Danny and Charlotte to come forward to clear Rocco, since she's representing Danny. She can't put him in danger. She assumes he might be trying to hurt her through her grandson. He offers to sweeten the deal and explains he can give her a viable suspect other than Willow, Portia.